Today, we're going to look at the phenomenon of K-pop. K-pop may seem like a recent cultural development, but actually K-pop is a result of a unique set of circumstances that allowed not only formation of the music style, but also the marketing drive that made it into one of the most popular music brands in the world. So pop music and Korean pop music, or Gayo, can really be seen as far back as the Korean War during the 1950s with the group the Kim Sisters, phonetically performing American pop songs to the soldiers that were stationed in Korea. The Kim Sisters themselves actually traveled to the USA, and they found relative success there. However, it was really in the 1990s that saw what would be the prelude to the K-pop we see today. Seo Taiji and Boys were a band active from 1992 to 1996, and they combined Korean pop music with American style music. Not only did they fuse various musical styles together, but they also pushed back against the conservative norms of South Korean society at that time, which was a familiar strategy, as many Korean pop stars previously had also been connected in some way to activism and the more liberal aspects of South Korean society. K-pop in its current form is famous for its unique style, but often they share similar characteristics that define it to its fans, outside of the fact that it's from South Korea. So some of these characteristics are using highly choreographed dance movements that can be easily copied by fans, and synchronized dance movements in which the members of the K-pop group switch places. This is known as formation changing. So the dance moves connected to K-pop are all incredibly demanding and require a great amount of skill, coordination, and of course, lots of practice. So alongside the rise of K-pop came the dance schools that would teach wannabe K-pop stars all they needed to audition for a potential place in a K-pop group. K-pop singers and K-pop songs are often interspersed with Western influences. Often it can be the use of English words, especially English words in many songs, and the use of English names over the Korean name, or a combination of Western and Asian fashion styles. This is and was a deliberate choice by the marketing teams to make the groups more relatable and to gain more global audiences outside of Asia. Another characteristic is the relationship between the music industries and the artists themselves. K-pop groups are created by the music industry, and they often are given highly detailed personas and media handles that may or may not resemble their real life at all. The three main industry leaders being SM Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and JYP Entertainment. These companies choose, develop, and basically micromanage K-pop idols from the start of their career to the end. The first and second generations of true K-pop idols appeared in the late 90s and maybe the early 2000s with bands like HOT, Hot, and Big Bang, etc. These idols were entirely manufactured and managed by the music industry, and they led the way to modern K-pop bands like BTS and Blackpink that we can see today. There are, however, plenty of national pop bands in other Asian countries that really haven't seen the same rise in fame. J-pop from Japan, C-pop from China, etc. All haven't really managed to break into the international music market or gain the international popularity that K-pop has. The reason K-pop became so popular is actually part of the cultural movement collectively called the Korean Wave. So the Korean Wave, or Hallyu, started around the 90s and was a result of South Korea limiting cultural imports from places like Japan. And this was due to the Asian financial crisis at the time. South Korea decided to look inwards and started developing its own arts and culture, especially in its educational settings. So the Korean Wave itself includes K-pop, classical music, movies, art, literature, TV shows, and food. So the uniqueness of Korean culture is often on display through Korean Wave products. And more importantly, they're supported by government agencies and private industries that both promote and market these cultural aspects to a wider audience.